Welcome to the world of borderline banter, where we dive deep into every current canter. Mike's the host with Dustin by his side, pressing buttons, taking us on the ride. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in, listen, join the conversation. Borderline banter, your source of information.
Well, hello everybody. I hope you're having a great Wednesday evening, night, day, wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying it. But yeah, welcome to the show. You're watching Borderline Banter, and my name is Mike. And as always, Dustin's chuckling over there. He's here though, so.
You said on Monday, welcome to Borderline Banter, everyone. You said on Monday that you always say whatever the hell you said. You didn't just say it again.
Well, yeah, you laughed and messed me up. You shouldn't have done that, so.
I don't remember what you said.
You chuckled. No, you chuckled, and that screwed me up. So, you can't be laughing, and throws me off guard.
We're gonna write down a script, and we're gonna follow that script one of these days.
Write me a script.
I mean, we might have to have AI write a script or something. You know,
we don't use AI around here.
I gotta go back to work tomorrow, Mike. You can't just be giving me work. I got real work.
So yeah,
Spoiler, everyone, my vacation's over.
Okay, but yeah, I hope you're having a good day. You want to get right to it?
Well, I mean,
we do have a lot to talk about tonight. From
plea deal for the 9/11 attacks. Wait a minute, I thought we already took care of all that. I guess we better jump into it because I have no idea what the hell. This was 23 years ago now. 23 years ago.
So, yeah.
23 years ago. 2001. Well, let's see. Let's see what the update is. We're doing a follow-up story here. BBC has this one for us. 3 men accused of plotting 9/11 reached plea deal, according to the Pentagon. And this is just now, apparently.
Yeah, just now. They just updated it, maybe. Ooh, that's kind of good, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as an American, all Americans remember this day pretty much if you were alive.
As a Canadian, I remember it, you know?
Like I guess if you're under 23, I guess that's the years it is. If you're under 23, maybe you don't.
Maybe a little bit younger. I mean, older than that, because when you're a baby, most babies don't remember it, you know?
Yeah. But it was a very memorable event, you know, in American history.
Yeah, I remember exactly where I was. I remember exactly what I was doing. It's just one of those things. And you can talk to old people, and they're always saying, I know exactly what I was doing. Now, some people kind of forget exactly, but most people knew where they were when they saw the craziness. But yeah, I thought it was over. I thought they killed everyone. I thought that what the war on terror was, and that's why you won the war on terror, because you killed everybody.
Yeah, I mean, George Bush said we did. And also, like, look at this. I pulled up the Al-Qaeda people. Bin Laden, leader, died 2011. Al-Zawahiri died 2022.
Oh,
so I guess there's a current leader. Who's this guy? Saif al-Adel. We got a new leader. So I guess we didn't win. Maybe we didn't win.
Yeah.
This says they're still presently operating. So
that's crazy.
But, yeah, maybe we didn't win.
So yeah, Mohammed and Med, that's the names I'm going to say because I'm not even going to try to say the rest, have been held at the U.S. Navy.
You can't say Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Walid Mohammed, Salim Mubarak bin Atash, and Mustafa Ahmed Adam al-Hawasawi. You can't say those names?
No. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And he can continue.
They've all been held at Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, 4 years without going to trial. You know about Guantanamo Bay, right?
Yeah. So.
How I have said on this show, it's still open.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Yeah.
They didn't shut it down. Ever. That's what I meant. Like, these 3 guys, they're still there. So these guys, who are they saying they are? Are these like the hijacker people?
Well, the hijackers died. So these are the guys who probably planned it. I'm guessing the ones who helped planned it, the ones who helped them to get through the gate. I don't know, something. They must have some ties into it, right? So.
Or are they just people at Gitmo that shouldn't be there? But, you know, other stories. Anyway, let's find out what they say. According to U.S. news outlets, the men will plead guilty in exchange for the prosecution agreeing not to seek the death penalty.
Why don't we kill terrorists? That's the thing. Like, we don't negotiate with them. We kill the terrorists. What kind of
plea deal is that?
You know, it's like
the death penalty unless you take the plea deal isn't a plea deal.
That's
that's coercion, extortion. Like you're doing threat of violence to make somebody comply. Like that's not a negotiation.
The terms of the plea deal have not been yet released. So yeah, there you go. So.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah. I know exactly. Yeah.
not to seek
The death penalty.
But-
That's yeah.
I guess maybe there's more details. Like we're also
Yeah.
gonna hold you another 10 years.
But now if they're 100%, like I don't know why we won't kill terrorists right away once we know they're guilty.
Well, I don't know.
It
who the
shouldn't
hell these
take,
people are.
and it shouldn't take 23 years to find somebody guilty for terrorism for killing 3,000 people.
Well, yeah, that's the
right?
thing. If they have the evidence that would compel somebody, then why are we waiting?
Yeah.
And if you don't have the evidence, why are you holding them? There's a why either way, right?
Yeah, 100%. If we're wrong, well, they're still bad people, terrorists. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, this is their way of rewording what we've already been saying.
Yeah.
Nearly 3,000 people in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania were killed by Al Qaeda, and it sparked the war on terror and the invasion of both Afghanistan and Iraq. That's why I thought we won.
Yeah.
we
I-
did those wars, right?
Yeah, one.
Bush
I don't know.
said
Yeah.
we won, but then Bush.
There were the deadliest assault on the U.S. soil since the 1941 Japanese attacks on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
That's why it's such a
400
big deal.
people, yeah.
Literally, since a world war, we haven't
Yeah.
been hit
So-
on our soil except for that. That's
Yeah.
the one. So it's crazy.
That's crazy to think about that Pearl Harbor too. Is that many people too? You know,
So
like
the deal
that's
was first, yeah. The deal was first announced in a letter sent by prosecutors to the family of victims.
so all 3,000 victim families got a letter.
Yeah, that's a lot of letters.
Yeah, well,
sent out, so.
I guess you have a mailing list, right? Exchange for the removal of the death penalty as a possible punishment. These three accused have agreed to plead guilty to all the charge offenses, including the murder of 2,976 people listed in the charge sheet. Said the letter from chief prosecutor. Okay, so
All right.
Keith
This is
Muhammad,
one
when he
of
was
those
kept,
names
so
above, yeah.
he's been in there for 21 years. They either have the evidence, like you said, or they don't. And if they do, they
Yeah,
they
why
kill
is
him.
this taking
They take
so
him.
long?
Like there's no reason.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The men have been accused of a litany of charges, including attacking civilians, murder in violation of the laws of war, hijacking, and terrorism. They are expected
Okay.
to formally submit their pleas in court as early as next week.
So what happens to them then? They leave Guantanamo. I can't. My bad, but
I don't know, probably. Maybe they'll go to an actual prison.
you know, like,
So the guy we saw above in that picture,
Yeah.
Sheikh Mohammed, is widely considered the architect of the attack in which hijackers seized passenger planes. We know what happened.
But wasn't
Something
that
like, say
wasn't
more
that
about how-
Osama?
Why is he the architect?
Wasn't that
What did he
Osama
do?
though?
Yeah, I thought it was Osama. Like,
Yeah.
why is this guy now the architect?
Unless he was
Did he find him in
Osama's.
possession of something?
Unless he was Osama's second-hand man, right? Like.
Well, no, that's why I wanted to pull up the Wikipedia to figure out, like, you know, who replaced Osama. You'd be replaced by your second in command.
But they
I
caught
assume
him
that was
too.
Ayman al-Zawahiri, who served the next 11 years.
Maybe he was the second, got caught the same night Osama got killed. Killed in quotation marks.
Well,
'cause-
this guy was captured in 2003. Osama died in 2011.
did he? Was it
He
that
was
for
captured
long?
8 years before.
Was it that long
Osama was
afterwards?
dead.
Holy, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
shit!
why I had this.
I thought it was
video
quick. I thought it was
um,
time goes by so fast, man. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that far. It does not seem like that. So.
It took us 10 years to get Bin Laden, so that's why I thought that was the guy. You're telling me for part of that 10 years we had this guy, and he's actually the guy, but we didn't charge this guy or sentence this guy or publicize anything about this guy? This is suspicious as fuck. Who is this guy? Are you just killing a guy? What are we doing here? I don't understand it, because what we were told is the American people. We're told we already got these guys, the
Yeah.
architects, the people who planned it.
Something suspicious about that for sure, but we'll never
The
know.
plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. Passengers fought back. Of course, that's the other part of that. There's 4 total planes.
So Muhammad, a U.S. educated engineer, was captured along with Hawasi in Pakistan in March of 2003. Okay, so was he? So he's in America. He was in the States. Did he have access to the airport? Was that how they know something, or I don't know. Prosecutors argued that he brought his idea of hijacking and flying planes into the U.S. buildings to Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, and later helped recruit and train some of the hijackers. Okay, so it's his idea, and he trained the people.
According to prosecutors.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Yeah.
says prosecutors argued, and then, by the way, the reason I say it that way is because the very next thing says they waterboarded him.
Yeah.
So anything he said is not admissible or believable. You can't just torture people. I don't believe their answers, even if my government says I'm supposed to. You tortured him for it? I don't believe it.
If they had any
That's
idea,
me.
they should have, like, honestly, if they thought, like, what's the point of torturing him at this point? Kill him. There's nothing he's going to give you. It's been 21 years. So, if you know it's him.
They probably did this torture in 2003 through 2011 to try to get info on bin Laden as their reasoning. So, yeah, they're saying, this is the other thing, they called it enhanced interrogation techniques. That's the thing Americans called torture for a few years. After 2001, we were allowed to torture people as long as we called it this.
But it was the practice was banned by the government, so they stopped. That means they stopped, right?
It was banned by the U.S. government, and the U.S. government has control over U.S. soil, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Can we just go right back up here, just real quick? Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
It's Cuba. Okay, there you go.
They put Gitmo in Cuba, so it doesn't apply there.
There.
Also, U.S. Navy base. So
isn't
U.S. military law.
So wouldn't that be Wouldn't that be U.S. soil then?
It might be. You might be able to argue that, but also the military law supersedes other law because it's.
Because that's, I think, actually, I heard that.
Either argument will absolve them from anything they've done there. They've used this argument.
I heard this a while ago that, like, somebody said this, and they're probably saying it facetiously, but they're like, America has freaking bases all around the world, places they shouldn't be. So if somebody shoots them, they can say, oh, you attacked American soil, therefore they have a reason to invade, right? Like,
well, you understand every country that has an embassy has that, right?
Yeah,
it's not even just military bases. So the military base argument's like a different one, I think.
Yeah, but
you could attack anyone's embassy and make that claim.
Yeah, but
that literally happens.
There's reason to attack military bases too, not just embassies, which happens lots too. But
yeah, and I mean, America puts ourselves in places so that if you hit our allies, you are also hitting us, type shit. We do that. I mean, we literally have military installations in Israel.
Yeah.
Why? Thought they had a right to their own defense or whatever.
So yeah, he said he was
our base?
Apparently he was waterboarded 183 times before they banned it.
At least 183 times before it was banned by the U.S. government. It definitely didn't stop. This is just ridiculous to believe 183.
So is that
I was an American who was alive during these years, so I call bullshit. There's a reason it says at least.
Yeah.
It's true as long as you put this is a minimum. The real number could be 183,000, and I guess this is still true, but it's kind of a lie to say.
Oh wait, what's it? Go at the bottom there. In September, the Biden administration reportedly rejected the terms of plea deal with 5 men held at the U.S. Navy base in Cuba.
Oh, so Biden said no to these guys.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay, you didn't like the deal. Okay, all right. The men had reportedly sought a guarantee from the president that they would not be kept in solitary confinement and would have access to trauma treatment. Oh.
Yeah.
Treated like a human?
Well, they're terrorists.
Biden said,
I honestly think they should be put down if they know it for sure.
If you're going to keep somebody in solitary confinement and refuse them medical treatment, you may as well execute them.
No, they should have. Yeah.
Because you're doing cruel and unusual and torture instead. Like, you know, I mean, I'd rather do the death penalty. Aren't we doing a death penalty story tonight too?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So. I think that it's ridiculous to like. This is what these guys are wanting. Like, to not be in solitary is like your demand. Yeah. Okay. Why did Joe say no? What a dick. And also, is Kamala gonna say no?
Yeah, Kamala. Damn right, she's gonna say no. She's very good on.
So we don't get to know the details, and we don't get to know the details because they're fucking horrifying. Honestly, I mean, with this on the table, I might be like, never mind about my taking the death sentence.
But on this one, the White House has no role on this one. They're saying so that means nothing.
Plea deal negotiations, but they played no role in the negotiations. But he rejected the terms of the plea deal.
That was a while back, right? In September of last year. So
they were involved then, and now they're like,
now.
but we weren't now. Okay, sure. Just my government lying to me again, to my face.
Yeah,
Tim
and now
Smith, whose wife died in the attacks, told the New York Post that families of victims had waited 23 years to have our day in court to put on the record what these animals did to our loved ones.
they took that.
They
Yeah.
took that opportunity away from us. That's the other thing. You're not going to have a court.
Yeah.
Not going to be a trial.
And know what?
They're
And know
sending
what?
it
To
all
these
out of
to
court and
these
closing
families letting killing those people with like to your point, I see it, like they're being tortured. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Even though they're terrorists and they're pieces of shit, you're on the right side. They shouldn't be like that. That is cruel and punishment, which is banned around the world. I thought, except for North Korea, but
Well, Israel right now is arguing that they have a right to rape their prisoners.
I haven't heard that one, but
That's what's going on right now. There's a riot where they're trying to break a bunch of the rapists out of a jail cell. Yeah, it's fucked up. We could talk about that, but we got a lot of other stories.
yes.
I do recommend you go Google that.
But yeah, I'm sure these families wish they would get their day in court to see the guys get their punishment and the death penalty. But now they...
Well, the problem with that is, if you actually do take these guys to court, you have to prove they did those things.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
how
sure...
are you going to do that?
I'm sure there's proof by now. It's been 23 years. They can't.
mean, proof of what exactly?
I don't know. Who knows?
What is enough to
There's
consider
a lot
a
of...
person of murder?
I personally don't believe they killed Osama bin Laden. You know,
if I tell a person...
I don't believe half the shit the government tells
vehicles
us anyway,
hitting
regardless of the
buildings
government.
kill People,
So...
have I now done all the charges he did? What if all he did
Um,
was have a conversation with Osama bin Laden? Is that enough evidence in court?
Okay,
A
so
conversation?
if someone hires a hitman to kill their wife, is that who did they not get charged?
What do you mean?
Like, so if a guy hires a hitman to kill the wife, so the guy doesn't have to do it, doesn't the husband also get charged if they get caught?
I mean, you don't even have to kill the person for that to be illegal. There was that one story where they didn't even, like, it was a police agent who
Yeah.
set up this thing and all that. But that's that's American law, like, and also you're paying for hitman, like, that's a different charge. Remember these charges up here? The charges up here is what we're trying to talk about.
But if you convince, okay, Charles Manson, right? He convinced people.
Hijacking, okay, let's
Charles,
just hijacking.
Charles,
this guy
but yeah,
wasn't
okay.
on the plane, but you're gonna give him a charge of hijacking.
Maybe he hijacked something else. Maybe he hijacked a bus. Maybe he hijacked another plane. We don't know. There could have been many reasons. Maybe he hijacked a plane and stolen food to
I can't
Afghanistan.
have this conversation if you're going to seriously sit there and say in September 2001 the another hijacking is what we're talking about.
How old is this guy? It
What
could have
are we
been.
talking
It
about?
could have been 2002. It could have been 2003, right before he got caught. You know, define hijacking. Isn't stealing stealing a bus would be
I think you're
hijacking, right?
demonstrating the problem with this. This charge would be very hard to get to stick, and when you actually have.
But
to take it to
exactly.
court.
But if they have evidence,
Whereas
like
the
you're
plea
right.
deal, these guys are just saying, "I did that shit." They're
Yes.
Not, they're not
Yes.
forcing you to have that burden
So
of proof.
so when the
you
defense
would have
asks
to.
that question, why is hijacking? They might say, "Oh, well, he did this in 1995, and we have evidence, and we just caught him now." And this is just a charge you're tacking on, you know?
I can't have this conversation.
Okay.
You're seriously going to disregard 2001.
Well, I'm not disregarding
The
2001.
4 planes that were hijacked were related to this event, not something else. They're charging him with this fucking event. Are you crazy?
Yeah, how?
You're
But
fucking
again,
crazy.
I'm again asking
I
questions.
can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
this if you're going to try to pretend there's a different hijacking. They
Because because he didn't
crazy.
hijack it. You know, what's his name?
They're
like-
charging this guy with the 2,973 murders of the people that were in those planes that got
Yeah.
hijacked. Therefore, the hijacking they're talking about is that same one.
So-
And the terrorism charge is that same event.
Then you're right. Then they shouldn't. Then they should go to trial because that
No,
proves that they didn't
my
hijack.
My point is, if you take it to trial, you won't be able to fulfill the burden of proof. Whereas if you don't, these guys are saying, I did that shit for free. You
Yes.
don't have to have the burden of proof.
But
So while you can get justice by taking it to trial, you could also lose by going to trial. That's my point. You
Yes.
guarantee get justice with a plea deal.
and my point was, then if they had good lawyer, which they probably don't, but they could be like, well, you can't prove that because you can't get a theft charge for not stealing, right? Like, so I'm not defending the guy either,
People in
but
Guantanamo
I'm just
Bay
saying,
don't get lawyers.
yes, I'm just, but yeah, if there's a chance.
No, does that change
yeah.
your point at all? They don't get lawyers. You don't get to see.
Then
a
what's
lawyer
this
in
court
Guantanamo
case?
Bay.
Then why is there even a court case? Then how is there even a plea deal?
Why is I
Why-
started this whole story with why
Yeah.
is there a court case? You're caught up with me now. Why are
Okay,
we doing
yeah,
this?
so
Why do we have these guys for 20 years with no evidence? Because I know there's no evidence. They don't have evidence for this guy. He had a conversation with bin Laden is all they have. So you should be pretty happy if you wanted these guys to get justice or get served justice. The plea deal is the way. Because if you take this shit to court, it ain't gonna be pretty. And the prosecutors don't want to take this to court. This article doesn't say that, but they don't want to.
But yeah, it's
Have you ever seen the movie Law Abiding Citizen?
Yes.
That lawyer in there, always wanting to settle out of court.
Can't recall that everything but that movie.
It's not about something or other. It's about what you can prove. That's what the guy said.
It's not about proving you're innocent or guilty. It's about, I don't know. Isn't that's another one? I don't know.
You don't have to prove your innocence. They have to prove your guilt.
All right.
If you go to court, you have to prove this guy's guilt in 2,978 murder charges.
Want to move on to a different terrorist?
Do we have to?
Well, we do now. Like, come on. So.
All right. Well, here's my government telling me a leader died again.
So.
Hamas leader this time. Aha.
Yeah.
This is definitely not just like when they told me the Al Qaeda leader died or the ISIS leader died.
Oh yeah, those guys that have been in jail for 23 years died.
And then there's a guy in 23 years who he was the guy actually.
But watch, it's secretly Osama, you know.
And they wonder why conspiracy people like went to town on 9/11.
But like that, I get it, because things like this happen, and then you find out the government's lying to you, and you're like, well, that tinfoil hat is filling on pretty good now. So,
like, who are these three guys?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we did the story. Now we still don't really know who they are. Like,
we don't.
And they said one guy was the architect. Who are the other two?
Yeah.
We said three weird names and never heard about the other two again.
Yeah, anyway. So much more to the story. But yeah, let's Hamas. This guy.
Global News Canada has this one for us. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh killed in Iran. Militant group says.
Okay.
Oh, does Hamas have a wiki? Hold on, I had the Al Qaeda.
Yes, they do have a wiki.
Am I gonna get on a list?
So, yeah, you're definitely getting on a list. You know.
Who's on this team? Who's on that team? Oh, geez. They have chairman of the political bureau, a deputy. Oh, that's.
But they're.
Yeah, he's the chairman of the political bureau. That's him.
So it was. But...
He's the first one listed. Below him is deputy chairman.
Well,
Sally Al-Oruri.
Huh.
Leader in the Gaza Strip, though. Oh, so they have a Gaza Strip leader, and then they have this guy over here. Okay. Anyways.
That's him.
Is this him?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is him.
We did he wasn't in Gaza, but his family got killed because they were staying in Gaza, and they ended up getting killed. But yeah.
So this says Ismail Haniyeh was killed in the airstrike in the Iranian capital early Wednesday. He was 62 years old.
Yeah.
For some reason, they like the 9/11, they have to remind you 10/7 happened.
Yeah. Hamas said.
I already went through that with 9/11.
Hamas said Haniyeh was killed at his residence in Tehran in an Israel airstrike. Tehran, is that in Iran? Iran or whatever, yeah. Israel airstrike after he attended the swearing-in ceremony for Iran's new president. Yeah. Oh shit. So they had a drone on him.
Israel has not commented on the accusation, so Israel isn't taking credit yet.
I think this might be an old story because I think they have, but maybe not. Maybe not. So.
I mean, that'd be a weird thing to take credit for since you're allegedly negotiating with this person for a ceasefire. But it'd be weird to admit you killed the person you're negotiating with.
He did. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
I would want to not admit that.
When did Israel say they're negotiating? I'm pretty sure Israel's never said they're going to negotiate.
Like, what are you talking about?
Like they did negotiate, yeah. But they're not. They're not. And Hamas.
Do you mean like when I've talked about Benjamin Netanyahu's never accepting a plea deal or never accepting a ceasefire?
I mean, yes.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But Israel is attempting to make it seem like they're negotiating, so they have a negotiating.
Okay, you're right. They're seeing Israel.
But Netanyahu's never going to accept the terms ever. But there was a negotiating. There was a negotiation table. Members from Qatar, members from Egypt, members from Israel, and members from Hamas. That was the negotiating table. This was one of those people. They killed somebody killed him. Right now we don't know who. I almost said they, but Israel, as of this reading right now, it must be going further down. Yeah. Hasn't said it was them. I wouldn't want to say it's me if that was the.
I guess because that just wider calm because it would start bigger war. Right?
Yeah, because you're literally inviting Iran to go to war with you. Like quite literally. And then the question is, what does the U.S. do in response?
And
then
look,
what does Russia
it's
do?
weird how they say that Haniyeh's death would make the latest, make the latest Hamas official to be killed by Israel since Hamas, huh? So wait, Israel hasn't taken strike, but right below there's like killed by Israel since Hamas October 7th. So we're talking about that again, right?
Yeah.
But it's just weird. But it's just weird how they say killed by
Not
Israel.
only it happened, but here's how many
But
people
no,
died,
right above
and
they say Israel hasn't taken credit, but in the next paragraph they're blaming Israel for it, right? Oh wait,
yeah,
never mind.
maybe the latest
Never
was
mind.
by Israel. Would
Never
be.
mind. There's no comma. There should be a comma there, shouldn't there?
I think
like,
the
since-
would makes them say that they're basically
Yeah,
saying allegedly.
but by Israel, comma, since the Hamas-led October 7th attacks. They're missing a comma there, I think.
Put another comma here.
Yeah, I think.
There's too many sentences
Yes.
here. This should be 2 sentences. Or
But
maybe
you know what I
3.
mean? Because it's very misleading. Is it Hamas officials to be killed by
Welcome to
Israel
Grammar
since?
Police with borderline banter.
Yeah, well, I can't spell worse shit. And I see this. Throws me
It's
off.
hard
So.
to read. Well, we read things out
Yeah.
loud, and I don't think people writing these, like typing them up, really read them out loud. Because if you read something out loud, that's when
Yeah.
you catch all the fuck ups.
I guess, true that, right? So.
So yeah, this now they're just giving us even more of what's going on. So far, 39,000 Palestinians have been killed, according to health officials in Gaza. That's not an up-to-date or accurate number. This is Ismail again, arriving at the Iranian
Right
parliament to
before he
attend
was
the
killed,
swearing-in
yeah.
ceremony. So this is
Yeah.
him, suited up for the swearing-in thing,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Uh-huh.
Elected president.
Yeah.
Cool. Masoud, that guy.
Well, I think that's probably it. I don't know. We can-
So while Hamas Gaza leader Yahya Sinwar is believed to have been the mastermind of the attacks, Haniyeh, head of the group's political bureau, who was seen as more of a moderate force in Hamas, lauded them as a humiliating blow to Israel's aura of invincibility.
Yeah.
So this was the more reasonable of the two guys to be negotiating with, is what I just read.
Maybe. Huh. Well, they did kill Israel killed his family, so he might not have been too happy about that still. But.
The Alaska flood was an earthquake that struck the heart of the Zionist entity and has made major changes at the world level, Haniyeh said in a speech in Iran during the funeral of the late Iranian president. We will continue the resistance against the enemy until we liberate our land, all our land.
Huh. Is
I
that
don't
the
know what
last
he
thing he
means by
said?
the Alaska flood and earthquake.
I don't know. I think that's just terminal, like things. I don't know. I was like, what flood? Wait, earthquake? I don't know. I'm confused. But
I mean, I know what the Zionist entity is. That's Israel.
yeah.
And if it's making reference to the 10/7 attacks, then the Al-Aqsa flood is the Hamas militants.
There's the flood, and then an earthquake ruptured after the flood. I don't know.
All right, so hours after the October 7th attacks, Haniyeh appeared in a video released by Hamas, leading prayers with other top Hamas officials. They thanked God for the success of the attack, which blasted through Israel's vaunted defenses and resulted in the deadliest assault in Israel's history.
All right. We'll come back to this, I'm sure. See what happens. I'm sure this isn't the last time we're going to talk about Israel and Hamas.
You know, not that I don't believe American media about this topic, but I don't believe American media about this topic. So when they say that this guy thanked God for the success of the attack, let me see the actual.
Well, we
context
can't-
and
we
let
can't-
me
yeah.
Translate it, please.
First of all, this
Because,
this is Canadian media, and Global News will never lie. They're the most honest media company in Canada. You know, like
That's true, but they don't even tell us to tinfoil our doorknobs. So
Yeah,
are they?
well. Actually, they're really, really bad, but that's my opinion.
But yeah, according to this guy, he's more into the policy and diplomacy, less in the military stuff. So again, this is the guy that you were supposed to be negotiating with, not the general that's leading the attacks and shit. Like, this was the guy, Benjamin, you were supposed to be talking to, you asshole, and you just killed him, allegedly. So,
Okay.
even
Well-
Sinwar laughed and joked. He's even more moderate, sophisticated leader, but he doesn't understand anything about warfare. Yeah, Sinwar said, you don't know shit about war. Go sit at the table and do the books. Then Senwar pulled out his saber. He's probably dead.
This
Israel
is-
was pledged to target all of Hamas leaders, so there you go.
Yeah, there. So yeah, they're not
So
gonna
they've pledged
negotiate.
to do that while also having a negotiating team.
Yeah.
Why are you doing both things there, buddy? Just, you know what I mean? It's almost like you're trying to play a fence for some reason, so that maybe some people won't see what's going on for what it is. Just saying. So, I think that's all I got on this story.
Yeah.
They've got more on it somehow.
Yeah, I think I'm good too. We can go
Oh,
back.
they're talking about his the closest relatives. His yeah, you already talked about his family.
Yeah.
3 of his sons.
Yeah.
And after which he accused Israel acting in the spirit of revenge and murder.
Want to go back to America?
No.
We
All
are.
right.
We are.
Haniyeh was born in Gaza's urban Shati refugee camp, so for what that's worth. He may not have been there when they did this, but he is from there.
From CBS News, South Carolina death penalty methods are legal, including firing squad. State's high court rules.
Yeah, we've had some discussions on here about death penalty stuff, including firing squad stuff.
Yeah.
I think I've said I would be a proponent of that just because of the cost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be very easy, and
like,
it's very
How does it fail if you do it right? How does it fail?
exactly right. And you get maybe just add an extra 2 people instead of the 5, add 7.
Yeah.
So
So what's going on in South Carolina? South Carolina can execute death row inmates by firing squad, lethal injection, or the electric chair, the state's high court ruled Wednesday, opening the door to restart executions after more than a decade.
okay.
There you go. They now have the death penalty back on the table.
Um.
All 5 justices agreed with at least part of the ruling, but 2 of the justices say they felt the firing squad was not a legal way to kill an inmate, and one of them felt the electric chair is a cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, neither of those arguments are very compelling when you hear this next part.
Okay. What's that?
The state allowing inmates to choose from the
Yeah,
3
yeah.
execution methods is far from an effort to inflict pain, but a sincere attempt at making the death penalty less inhumane. Justice John Pugh wrote.
I think we talked about that.
Choose. If you think if
other
you
states do
don't want to be
too.
squatted,
Yeah.
don't request that one.
Other
You
states
get
have
the
done
choice.
that. And I think we talked about it on the show, and it's a good idea to let them choose. Yeah, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to get this. I was like, no, what? I want to be shot. I want to, it's like I've always dreamt about how I want to be shot, or I don't know. All right. So
I mean, I think it just saves the like court arguments over like shit a lot. Like it's hard to argue when you get the choice of the 3. Like it's I don't know. It just saves us all, I think, a lot more money
yeah.
in the long because we're not going to see as much court bullshit.
But then the people, you think I guess it can. Well,
because there's like religious people who are like, oh no, you can't give me those injections. It's against my religion.
Yeah.
You have to have that or whatever. It's okay. You don't have to
lead.
do the chair over
Right?
there.
Yeah, lead.
Oh, it's
So,
against my religion to do the chair. Okay,
yeah.
stand up, turn around. We'll let you know when it's over. We're doing 3.
But now, that's the thing though. Is like, you think I guess it's probably, but it's like you think people are actually going to be okay with shooting people, but I guess that's a dumb question. So yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I like you think after a while it would get to you, like after that, but maybe not. Maybe not.
It's America. We could definitely find people who are
Yeah.
into that and would be volunteers even.
So yeah. So what else next?
So choice cannot be considered cruel because the condemned inmate may elect to have the state employ the method he and his lawyers believe will cause him the least pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
What?
Why are we assuming him?
Jeez. How dare they?
So as many as 8 inmates may be out of traditional appeals. It is unclear when executions could restart or whether lawyers or death row inmates can appeal the ruling.
Luckily, Kamala's not the judge. She'll freaking keep. Sorry, bad. Hi. I just read a little bit about that, but she did to that one death row inmate.
People past their due dates.
Yeah, and there's a guy in death row that she could have got off, but she wouldn't give the paper, and I don't know.
It's kind of like those 2 stories we did about the people who were in there for 33 years and 43 years in Missouri, and that they won't let them out.
Because one judge, it's like
But she did it to a whole slew of black guys.
Yeah.
But she was a prosecutor in like L.A., wasn't it?
Yeah. in the 90s, so I get it.
If you want to be a superstar prosecutor, you basically had to follow the playbook. That was the playbook.
So, yeah.
Make marijuana illegal and arrest people for it. So the lawyers for the death row inmates are reviewing the 94-page ruling. I'm not going to read that.
Yeah.
So the decision follows arguments from lawyers representing a group of people on death row that the electric chair and firing squad are cruel and unusual punishments. So that's why they were even making this ruling.
All right. So
it was being argued that these are cruel. Okay, then you get to choose.
Yeah, and maybe somebody wants to be.
How the hell can you appeal that? You can't appeal that. I just gave you your choice, right?
And
it's kind of.
And we talked about that lethal. We talked about that lethal injection, and apparently that's not that fun. You know,
I don't want that one.
Yeah.
If I were to be executed, I don't like that one because if one of those drugs doesn't do what it's supposed to do, the outcome is either horrendously painful, or doesn't actually succeed, or I don't know, somewhere in between.
What about
or somewhat succeeds and I'm a potato?
Let's go back to the old days where they just chopped your head off with that guillotine. Is it?
Guillotine.
Yeah, it's like that seems pretty humane.
Sometimes the first slice didn't do it.
Yeah, well, we have better technology. You know, we can make sharper blades, all that stuff now. So,
I'm not against the guillotine. I think there's no reason it shouldn't be on this list. If we're making it your choice and giving you a list, why not have 4 things?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I would like the guillotine, please.
Yeah, what? Yes, like that's what I want. I request that, please. So.
I would probably just take the firing squad if I was given these choices.
I don't know, but that could mess up too.
But then I might change my mind and be like,
because like, see, the thing is, if they do lethal injection and it doesn't work, they got to revive you, bring you back to life, put you back in jail until you get another death date. You know, you get shot, they miss, and now you're bleeding there. They're not going to shoot you.
They don't just shoot 1 bullet though.
Yeah, they shoot 5 or something like that. But it's
how many? 5
I don't know, but still, regardless, you can still things are possible. People miss, things happen, right? So firing squad.
I just started typing death penalty shoot you. Like, that's not right. Calm down, bud. I'm just googling things about that.
Yeah, now you're talking. Now you're googling Hamas, Al Qaeda, death penalty. Yeah, you're on a list.
And I'm not actually getting the answer I want.
So probably different. So
it is by country.
Yeah. So anyway, it doesn't. But yeah, But guillotine seems like a good quick thing. You die pretty quick, you know. Your nerves might be there. Your brain might work for like 6 or 7 seconds, but that's about it.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find this out though.
Okay.
You would think this would be an easy.
You're not gonna remember, but
AI says there's 5 shooters.
There, yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything necessarily.
They use muskets.
South Carolina uses 3 shooters.
There, yeah. So it's different everywhere else.
And then also other protocols say there's 5 shooters, but one of them has blanks. Okay, that's a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's not go down there. Yeah, sounds like a pretty cool thing we should look into though.
Yeah.
But we won't. Let's face it.
So
yeah.
South Carolina executed 43 inmates since it was restarted in 1976, but they stopped, or haven't performed one since 2011. So in, what is that? 35 years?
Yeah.
Not a little over 1 person a year. That doesn't seem excessive.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people do some crime that deserve that.
Hopefully.
Right?
I've heard some stories where it's ridiculous, the kind of people that are actually on death row, like people where there's not actually solid evidence.
And then there's evidence to release them, and then a judge is like, nope, too bad, die.
The guy who's been in for 40...
No, I'm talking about the one Kamala did. I'm talking about that guy who almost got killed because Kamala was like, nope, I'm not going to let him out. Let him die.
Well, there's a guy in Missouri right now who might die.
And a woman.
Can't get him out.
And a woman, like, I know, not the woman's not going to die, but...
One of the people has a death row thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Missouri needs to get their shit together.
I don't know if this is going to go into too much more.
Oh my god, look where the scroll is. It's halfway.
I think we can just go on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
That was just an interesting one because we talked about that stuff before. Yeah. Kind of tied in with another story tonight.
Yep.
This one doesn't tie in at all.
I'm going to say, I hope it's not this one. Take it away.
Gizmodo has this one for us. Poop transplants could boost cancer treatment.
Poop transplants?
Have you ever heard of a poop transplant? I thought maybe I was getting like trolled or...
Is this an onion? You know,
I thought maybe, but then they said scientists have found that fecal microbiota transplants can improve people's response to cancer immunotherapy. Look, they put all these extra words around.
Isn't
I don't
that?
even know what a microbiota is.
Don't you get pink butt then? So.
Well, only if the poop you get is from somebody with pink butt.
So, let's see what
Yeah,
else.
apparently, if you just exchange feces with each other, you'll get more immune to cancer.
So 2 girls, 1 cup. What? I mean, shit. Never mind. So
There was a reason those girls were doing
that
that.
they're way ahead of the time. That's what it was. Come on. So
These are syringes mixed with stool being used for a fecal. So this is it. This is it in a syringe. This is a poop syringe.
oh, dude, can you scroll down, please?
Nah,
Dude, no.
I didn't even warning that one.
Oh,
A dose of donated poop may be just what some cancer patients need. A small clinical trial has found evidence that fecal microbiota transplants can boost the
now
effectiveness
for the
of
record,
immunotherapy.
I'm disgusted, but it's a great thing. If it helps and it's proven, let's go for it. It just.
Now this makes it make a little more sense. It's
Yeah.
for advanced gastrointestinal cancer. So this
Okay.
is,
That's
this
particular,
is your
particular,
butthole
yeah.
tract, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
This is where the poop's supposed to be type shit.
Still kind of weird, but
The findings could pave the way to a combination therapy for some of the most.
2 guys, 1 syringe. Brought to you by Borderline Banter.
Just 2 dudes, and a syringe. Scientists from South Korea, that's who we can thank for this, connected this research as part of the ongoing effort to improve the use of immune checkpoint inhibitors. Okay, that's an interesting way to say keep playing with poop.
Yeah.
The drugs target. They're not calling them drugs. The poop. The drugs target certain proteins that hinder the immune system's ability to recognize cancer cells as a serious threat.
Oh, I get
So
it.
they pump the poop full
Yeah.
of a drug.
And no, because it's your, I don't know, maybe there's something in there.
Do they take your poop, inject it with something, and then put it back in so you can re-shit out that shit?
I don't know, but I think there's like something in there, like, because your body's always fighting cancers. Your bodies are
It
always
is.
fighting
The
cancers,
problem
right?
is cancers and
So-
your cells look the same, so it's like you're killing yourself type.
Yes, but then you put that poop in there that's used to fighting yourself, which is maybe their cells look very similar, so they attack the cancer cells and not their cells. And that's a dumb way to say it, but you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's how they, like, maybe the healthy cells in that person will attack the cancer cells in the sick person.
Or whatever this drug is.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell they're proteins. Yeah, I guess I'm not a scientist, but whatever you can. I mean, we literally
Okay.
on Monday were talking about that blood test for
Yeah,
colon cancer.
we were.
I mean,
so.
this is like right on time.
It is.
So
you
not
know
only
what?
on
You
the
don't. You don't
blood
got
test, there's
You,
also
you don't have to
new-
get the finger up the butt anymore for colon cancer. You just got to get poop. Someone else's poop put up your butt. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
like.
basically, if you do, not get tested and you end up with an unfortunate situation, you could just do a poop transplant.
So, now what did
You
they
know?
pay you for that poop?
I don't know. It just shows how much science are working on.
Like,
these
if you
issues.
got paid to poop in a syringe, would you?
You wouldn't poop into a syringe.
You wouldn't poop into the
thing and-
syringe, but you'd like
you
have
would
to
them- they'd
smash
suck
it
in,
down
suck
or
it.
something.
They'd
Yeah.
suck it. in.
Okay, but like, would you donate your poop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You?
Maybe. So.
What's so special about your poop, Mike?
I know. Well, it's my
Would
poop.
anyone
so-
in chat like to give their take on donating poop?
My cat always gets mad when I clean her poop, so.
I would expect some money though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. America. Here in Canada, we donate our poop. But yeah, we probably should stop saying poop. But
Yeah, they're just gonna keep saying poop in this whole article.
yeah.
Anyways. This is
so
getting a
that's-
little sciencey for me, but I think we've covered the
Yeah,
thing
we
here.
can't get into it, but we can move
Promising
on.
results. Melanoma. That's another kind of cancer.
Okay, but maybe that's the scientists recruited 13 patients with various cancer for their trial, all whom have developed resistance to anti-PD-1 inhibitors. Okay.
Whatever. That must be one of the other ways
Yeah.
you can handle or treat the cancer.
So the
So then they gave them transplants from people who had responded to that immunotherapy. So it wasn't their own poop. It's a different person's poop.
yeah, that's
We're
what I
back to two
said.
girls.
That's what I said. It was another person.
Yeah.
I knew that, right? So
Well, I mean, when you
So,
do skin transplants,
50%,
you do
yeah.
it for yourself.
50% of the patients showed noticeable something. Response with 5 patients cancer stabilizing.
Noticeable something.
Well, I don't know what. Yeah. But with 5 patients cancer stabilizing, so that's actually pretty good. They can that's something.
Whatever stabilizing means, I assume
Yeah.
that's because at this point you're trying to not get worse, right?
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, it's an unfortunate way to look at it, but like
You
when
can't.
you can't cure something, you have to treat it,
It's stop it at the source.
or just treat it
Yeah.
as much as you can because you know you can never get rid of it. But stabilizing.
Yeah.
If you're somebody with cancer and you hear the word stabilizing, that's probably good news.
So.
Better than the other news.
All right. Well.
So it's more trials, so more to come. Oh
What-
my God, I'm not even close to
we're
the
not,
scroll is
yeah.
here. Look at never
I-
mind, it's because there's a ton of comments. Okay.
We should
lot
talk.
of people have comments about this.
We should talk about your best friend.
Caleb?
Oh. Whoa. Ouch.
What?
You said now. So.
According to an officer on Garden City, Caleb's my best friend.
I'm.
And I told him that's definitely not true. There's no way at all that I ever said that. So, except just now.
From Gizmodo. I
That
regret
doesn't
to
count.
inform you that Elon Musk has accepted Nicolás Maduro's flight challenge. Musk says he'll give the Venezuelan president a free ride to Mars if he loses.
Okay.
We didn't talk about that, but yeah, there's like
who challenged who?
I don't know what is this. I don't know. I don't have a clue what's going on here, but I know they haven't accepted the results. Both parties are fighting. Like they both think they won, so there's like war going on right now. Not
Yeah.
war, but
So I guess
riots.
Elon Musk took this moment to challenge Maduro to a boxing match.
Okay,
And it was
yeah.
accepted? Or no, Maduro challenged him and it was accepted?
A fight challenge. What's that? Like a fight challenge? That's not a boxing match. It's a fight challenge. What's that mean?
Yeah,
Like-
what does that mean? Well, Elon Musk is itching for a fight. Or that's what he says, at least. Even though he keeps ducking Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. That's the fight I was thinking about.
I don't think he ever. I don't think they. I think it just dropped. I don't think he dodged it. I think it literally they both didn't. They both stopped talking about it.
Elon Musk needs a win, says he wants to fight Zuck again.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Oh, we'll not talk about that though. Oh, yes, we will. So,
No, I just wanted to see when it was.
Yeah.
July 26th. We missed it, but right here
we
it
missed
is.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I didn't remember Maduro's name being involved, but it's because it wasn't. The Tesla CEO says he'll accept the challenge from the president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro. No, you're not having a fever dream. Venezuela is in the middle of a political turmoil stemming from the country's election results, declaring Maduro the winner. On
Yeah.
Monday, the National Electoral Council that made the call, which also happens to be composed of members of the country's United Socialist Party that Maduro leads, declined to release any valid information.
But the other
Supporter-
party has not accepted loss.
Supporters of Maduro's opponent, retired diplomat Edmundo Gonzalez, say they have exit polls and voter tally sheets showing him winning.
Polls. So yeah, polls can not mean anything. But yeah, apparently they were supposed to win in a landslide.
What do you think about voter tally sheets?
I don't know what a voter tally sheet is.
A tally sheet of the vote.
The votes, but then
Voter tally.
but that's not a vote. That's a tally sheet. So what's
Are you
that?
sure?
I don't know. Like
Because when they're doing their election down there, they have the paper copy and they have the electronic copy.
okay.
This tally sheet goes with the paper copy.
Well, all elections should be done by paper and pencil. But that's
But while we're questioning this side, what's the other side? Have you heard what Maduro's side has been saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't looked into it at all. I've seen some videos. I've seen some things.
Maduro's side is saying they have 73% of the physical paper ones, but they won't show anyone. It's literally a Justin Trudeau. They claim they
Oh.
have this, but haven't shown it. If you have it, show it.
Well,
Kind of sounded familiar to recent American politics too. If there's all this evidence, you should be able to present it.
so over the course of multiple
Anyways.
posts on Monday, Musk took to his platform X to proclaim Maduro committed a major election fraud and amplified other tweets saying the same. Okay, so this led to Venezuelan President talking trash about Musk on national TV and challenging him to fight on Monday. What is going on in the world? Here's the
I
Trump.
don't know, but
Here's
that's why we're doing this
the
story.
Democrats are calling Republicans weird. Republicans are calling the Democrats names. These guys are trying to fight. Are we in a school? Is this literally a schoolyard year? High school?
I mean,
the world of high school
do you
now?
remember when Trump and Biden were literally talking about fights too? And also,
Yeah,
do you remember when they
golf,
were
we're talking
arguing about
golf.
who golfed better?
Yeah, it's like, I know, but that's what I'm talking about, though.
+5.
That's what I'm talking about.
+6.
That, like, carry your own bag. Like, what the frig, guys? Well, that's...
If you could carry your bag the whole way, I could hit 6 under par.
I don't know.
Or something. I don't
know.
Like, yes, this is the world we live in. This is it. Who's Camilla?
I don't know.
Social media creates a virtual reality controlled by our new arch enemy, Elon Musk. Would like to come with an army to invade Venezuela. Thank God you showed your face. We knew you're behind all the bots with your money, with your satellite. At Nicolás Maduro. What? I don't even know what I just read.
I don't know. He's gonna be speaking not our language. Social media creatures okay, that's exactly what you just said, so never mind.
That's Maduro was saying that. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to fight? Let's do it. Elon Musk, I'm ready. I'm not afraid of you, Elon Musk. Let's fight wherever you want. That is a quote.
Yeah, from the president of Venezuela. So the sitting president at the moment, right?
Musk tweeted on Wednesday that he accepts the challenge and will even sweeten the deal. If I win, he resigns as dictator of Venezuela. If he wins, I give him a free ride to Mars.
That wouldn't happen anyway. It's not gonna happen. If this fight even happens, it won't. Yeah, there it goes. And Musk loses. Maduro will not get that flight to the red planet anytime soon. Yeah. Musk, 8 years younger.
Like, we can't make it to Mars. So like,
yeah.
Either you're not the dictator or you're not the dictator.
Well, no, we are gonna get to Mars. It's just gonna be through Neuralink. That's how it is.
But if we send you on a ride to Mars, you will be in that ride till your death. So you're
no.
not gonna be dictating.
What it's gonna be? This is what's gonna be. That like we made it to Mars, and they're gonna show us videos. Then you're gonna go in this capsule, and they're gonna inject you with something and bring you to this room, put Neuralink in you, and you'll be sleeping there thinking you're on Mars, and really you're just in a room, on a feeding tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
And if the victim thinks they got what you said they were gonna get,
yeah, is it really hurting anybody?
Yeah,
exactly, right? So they're getting fed. They're getting fed forced food bugs. You know, like
super villain is.
You know, and then we can make a movie about this because one day the power goes out on someone's station and he wakes up. He's like, pulls out the tube. He's like, "Where am I?" And he sees a whole bunch of bodies, like thousands of row. But yeah, movie
Musk
idea.
has 8 years on Maduro,
Yeah.
but Gizmodo is saying he's not in shape to compete. Apparently, he's got immense neck and back pain stemming from trying to throw a champion sumo wrestler in 2014.
Yeah.
Do you remember him doing that? Yeah, I'm
No,
sure that happened.
I don't. So
Sounds right. That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up and confirm it.
okay.
That's how they end it. I want to see him versus Zuck because that one can actually happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will either have to happen.
And I don't
so.
think I know who will win because Zuckerberg is really skinny. Right?
Yeah, but he's been working out quite a bit.
But Musk is also like, well, he's got severe neck and back pain.
The only thing they should do is maybe a spar, but fighting is kind of silly for them.
They're also both too rich to actually have training.
Yeah,
No idea what they're doing. Well,
that's why maybe a spar, but
no sparring. I want them to just go in there and no gloves. Right?
this one's a little close to you, I think.
Yeah, this one is a little close to me. So we just recently did a story about a fire that was close to you. So I figured, I don't know, I would just see if there's fires around me, and it turns out there are. Actually, that's not how I found out. I was informed by police who showed up today. There was smoke outside my apartment, and so I asked why. Apparently, this is why.
Wow.
So this is why we're coming from CPR, Colorado Public Radio. That's a great source. This was courtesy of Jay's. Found this link. Quarry fire. Wildfire burning in South Jefferson County triggers evacuations near Deer Creek Canyon.
Huh?
So here's just some airplanes.
Yeah, water bombers.
So yeah, this is plane carrying flame retardant flies over the quarry fire in Jefferson County, July 31. So they're still working on it, I think, even as of right now. Oh shit, this is too small. I gotta make this a little bigger. 5 subdivisions that include 575 homes were evacuated overnight and early Wednesday morning in South Jefferson County because of a growing wildland fire in an unincorporated part of the county. This is really hard territory for our firefighters. It's very steep. It's a lot of timber. It's a lot of scrub oak. We had scrub oak flaming up last night, 30 to 50 feet at night.
It's very steep. That sounds like the Secret Service.
Well,
Jeez,
so
yeah.
this is Colorado, so
Yeah.
we're mountains.
I'm joking, just because the roof
'Cause
was
of
slope.
The
Yeah.
roof thing.
So I'm from I'm in Alberta. We have mountains too. I'm pretty sure Colorado looks identical to Alberta.
Yeah.
All right, so
Exactly.
maybe
It's
not
small,
identical, but yeah.
which is kind of the case with this fire.
I think Colorado's smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, you tried to do that thing with the map, but I'm pretty confident Colorado's.
I'll look it up as you're looking at that. So.
But this fire is definitely smaller because when we talked about that last one, this one it says was estimated 200 acres as of noon today. But when we talked about the fire, was it? I wanted to say 1,200 acres or something. Didn't it say in that article? on
I
Monday?
don't remember. Okay, so this is it. So, Colorado comes in at 269,000 kilometers, 104 miles long, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think Alberta is?
500.
Well, yeah, I did more, but yeah, 255 miles, so 661 kilometers.
No,
So.
I was saying 500 of the
Yeah.
kilometers.
Oh yeah, so 661 kilometers, 255 miles, so it's over double the
And
size.
that's just one province.
Yeah. That's why Canada's so big, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Now,
All right.
I was also told by these officers when I went outside and talked to them, they said that a week ago, the smoke that we had here in Colorado was actually smoke from the Canadian wildfires. I don't have evidence that that's true, but that's what the guys told me.
Yeah. Huh.
So I gotta believe them, you know. But
All
yeah,
right.
this 200-acre fire, which may be bigger than that, is quite literally bringing smoke right to my apartment right now.
Get the window shut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's actually fine now. It's mostly just this morning.
Yeah, actually, I used to sell things, and one year the fires were so bad that every single clothing I had for sale had smoke damage.
Yeah,
It was pretty annoying, yeah. So, and I didn't have insured because it was just a small home business and nothing. Yeah, but oh well, it is what it is.
Now, I mean, the good news here is that this isn't near me, and I don't actually know anybody from there, so I'm not, you know, I don't have loved ones at risk or myself at risk.
Heckles, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate that.
Not to say there's not other people that do, though, but I'm just fortunate, is all I'm saying. This is close by, but not so close that it's a worry. It's just,
Thank you. We're talking about a wildfire close to where Dustin is, and yeah, it's getting a little crazy. Hope you're doing well. Heckles, thank you. Hi, Lou. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. You're at Borderline Banter. We go over news and random stuff, stories, like to have talks and all that. If you like podcasts, hit that follow button. We'd like to have you be a viewer. Stumbling on my words here. Jeez. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely will be. Actually, the thing is, this article even talks about it. Near where I live, I'm not in Littleton, but near this is where they're evacuating people too. I'm where they're evacuating.
Oh, crazy! So
effectively, like they're coming here, so I'm in the place that should be the safest.
I also, for everyone in the chat, I just posted my YouTube. If you don't mind, hit that and go follow us there. We're trying to grow YouTube as well.
So we talked about how the Canadian one started. That was where the person pushed the vehicle into a ditch, right?
No, that was in the States.
No, that was
in California. Yeah.
Do we know what caused the fire we were talking about in Canada?
I don't know yet. So.
This one they're saying is considered a vegetation fire.
Yeah.
I guess they're saying it wasn't somebody tossing a cigarette or leaving a fire.
It's because they don't do forest control. So.
This is just what they're saying. Considered a vegetation fire. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but you know, this is Colorado. We do have. They put up like the fire danger colors or whatever to say whether or not you can even have a campfire kind of shit. So
you're not used to that, like.
No.
Really,
that doesn't happen.
Really, because we have fire bans here all the time. We just got off of a 3-week fire ban. Because actually 5 weeks, because we had no water there for 5 weeks, right?
Yeah,
so.
and this is why. I mean, this because once it starts going, it could be 200 plus acres just like that. So this one is initially 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah.
And then now it's 200 acres. I don't know how many feet are even in 1 acre. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So fire's a scary thing. But they say this investigation hasn't even begun yet. So we might find out more about this.
Okay, so there's 43,000 square feet in an acre.
43,000, so that would be like over 800,000 feet. It
Yeah,
started as 10
so-
feet and is now like 800,000 feet.
Yeah, square
It's
feet. Yeah,
insane,
so, yeah.
and the spreading, and that's the problem. Is like these conditions where it's dry as fuck, and we're not getting a lot
There's
of
a smoky
precipitation.
haze. That looks like my city all the time.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm
here.
used to that.
Smoky. And that's basically what I walked
Yeah.
out to was this insane amount of smoky haze and 2 police officer vehicles.
So that gets reassuring, though, I guess, knowing that it's not your apartment.
Well, yeah, and I guess that's why they were here, because a lot of residents were just randomly trying to figure out what the hell was going
911,
on.
yeah.
So yeah,
Jermaine!
we could probably keep
Welcome.
going on this story, but it's like all other fires
Yeah.
as far as like how are they going to work on it. Hopefully a controlled burn. I heard that was it Jasper? I heard they got the actual city parts.
Yeah, I
where
think
they're
it's-
no longer burning.
yeah.
It's just that the woods around it, like on every direction around it, are still on fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
So whatever they have managed to save of the infrastructure is what it is now. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Hopefully.
infrastructure is no longer in danger. Hopefully,
Yeah. Winds
They said they
can
did controlled
change. So.
burns, so
Yeah, but things happen, right? They said that before, but look what
that's true.
happened.
How deep is your control?
Yeah.
Like if the wind can carry it further than how far your burn.
I'm pretty sure,
Layers.
yeah. The world's on
I'm
fire.
not a firefighter, but good luck to everybody who
The
has to deal with
world
wildfires.
is
These-
your
these are
oyster
scary.
now. Okay. Let's mark
So
this
let's move
down.
away from fire and talk about airplanes. We love our airplanes.
We haven't
don't
talked about an
folks?
airplane in a few episodes, I don't think.
We love
So-
our airplanes. We have the best airplanes.
Airplane stories.
And the worst airplanes. America's
So-
not sending their best airplanes. We're sending Boeing.
I think it's Delta that actually just today announced after today they're not going to Israel anymore
Oh, really?
because of too high tensions. Yeah, it's one of your maybe Delta, one of the American ones. I know that. So
I didn't hear about that.
I just read it before we went live. So you might have to correct me on that one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look into it. See.
Yeah.
United-
So United Airlines. So United.
Cancel flights to Israel amid fear of attack.
Yeah.
Oh, is it in response to the killing of the guy
Probably,
who
yeah.
sparked Iran
Yeah.
going to war with them? Killing the
so-
negotiator.
yeah. So anyway, from USA Today, video shows Air Canada flight attendant Scolds passenger who reportedly asked for a blanket. It's 30 friggin' degrees. It's 95 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't need a stinking blanket. You get an ice pack. Okay, let's see what happened.
Okay, do we have the actual video?
I think so.
We-
I'm pretty sure the video is. That's not the video. That is not the video though. So keep going down.
That's an ad. That's an ad.
Yeah. Now don't hit the ad. We can't be watching ads.
Well, it's probably after the ad.
The video's below. This is just an ad to make you waste your money.
All right, so it's this.
No, keep going. Well, look, it's right there. So let's read, and we'll come down to it. So, come on.
You had to have read this story. to
No,
know
but
that.
because I wanted to see if there was a video on it, and I saw the video.
All right.
An Air
So,
Canada
where-
flight was cancelled last week following an explosive verbal dispute between a flight attendant and a passenger, according to reports. The incident took place on Friday. So Friday on flight from Casablanca, Marcoon, I can't say it, to Montreal after passenger asked for a blanket. CFT reports. The
Yeah, so we're blank.
Yeah, the confrontation was recorded and shared on social media. At the beginning of the viral 29-second clip, the flight attendant, who was speaking French and English, scolded the passenger while standing in the aisle. In the footage, the flight attendant first chastised the passengers in French for bullying a crew member on board in order for them to follow her direction.
Okay, so asking for a blanket is bullying. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, people don't have to do their jobs anymore. You can't ask people to do their jobs. In French, the flight attendant says, "Behave or you will get off." She told the passengers she would tell the captain right away. She reportedly denied the passenger's request to call the captain, the Canadian outlet reported. So, behave or you will get off. So, she reportedly denied the passenger's request to call the captain, the Canadian.
Are we gonna say phrasing?
What do you mean? Yeah. And as other passengers, because that was in French, we're not going to understand it, right? As other
No, but,
passengers
like,
on board
there's
remain in their
anything gonna
seats.
go happen in here.
As the other case, so let's back and forth the seats during the back and forth. So they're yelling at each other. Let's see. Let's see what it says. I think it's right below now.
So this is a tweet from FL360.
Yeah.
What is that? Stress levels are quite high in the sky these days. Near Canada flight from Casablanca to Montreal was canceled. So they canceled the flight too?
Yeah, they canceled the whole flight. So imagine going on vacation and you got everything booked. That wasn't supposed to happen. What the heck? Here, I'll show it, I guess.
No, I clicked this up here. I was trying to click the show more,
yeah.
not the click play. But let me make this different so we can actually see it.
Yeah.
Because it's an airplane. Oh, jeez. Just a little lower.
Okay.
Here we go.
Vous allez vous comporter, on débarque. Je dois dire ça au commandant tout de suite. Oui ou non? On a porte ouverte pour sécuriser. Non. Est-ce que vous allez vous comporter? Oui ou non? Je veux pas, I don't want no bullying against my crew. Okay? Everyone behave. Be quiet. Back on your seat, or you're getting off.
All right, I like the attitude. Look at this attitude right here.
Oh, she having a bad day. Behave or you'll get off.
Really bad day.
You know, it seems like the passengers are not on her side.
No.
But again, we only heard one voice. 29 seconds. We don't know the whole story.
I don't want no bullying against my crew. Okay, everyone behave. Yeah, we
Yeah.
heard that. So Air Canada has released a statement.
What's the
and
statement?
Passengers were compensated. Okay, so we actually did the right thing, you know. In a statement to the New York Post, Air Canada apologized for the inconvenience. Customers were assigned another flight for Sunday with a different crew and were compensated. For
2 days later. 2 days.
That's not ideal. Shouldn't it have been the same day?
Like, imagine if you, first of all, you got hotels, you got all this stuff you're paying for, and, you're going on vacation, you only have a 5-day vacation, now it's cut down to 3, if not less, because of the, that's bullshit. I know who I'm not taking.
I mean, you have a plane that's not doing a flight. Why can't you just schedule it for 20 minutes later?
Yeah, because they didn't have the crew to do it? I don't know.
No, they had a crew that was assigned to be that crew.
Yeah, but the one freaked out, so she didn't refuse to do it or
So
something.
Get her out of the plane and replace the one person you need to replace, right? Airlines suck.
Yeah, they do
They don't
suck,
care
yeah.
about like the fact that you thought you were gonna get somewhere. They don't care.
No. Yeah, exactly. They got your money already,
They'll sell
right?
more
So,
tickets than they have seats.
yeah.
They'll have 40 seats and they'll sell 50 tickets.
Yeah, like, oh, because they're hoping people are not going to make it. And like, oh, well, look at that. So,
Yeah. But hey, we apologize to our customers and deeply regret that their experience today fell far short of what they have come to expect from flying with Air Canada.
we're taking that very seriously, a spokesperson told the outlet. It is under review and we'll take appropriate action. We apologize to our customers and deeply regret their...
That's literally what I was just reading.
Yeah, it's a joke, yeah. Well, you do it to me all the time, so I thought I could do it back.
Yeah, I let you do the first half, and I'm like, okay, there's right. Now we
Okay.
said the whole
Yeah,
thing.
all right, there, cool.
We did it.
That's it. No more.
Okay,
Either
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
talk about the
nope,
history
let's
of all-
not. I don't want to
Why
talk
do they
about
do
it.
that?
Yeah.
Every airline article does that. Where they're like, here's the history of airlines.
We did that. We can have like 2-3 hour episode about that. We should do that. Let's talk about airline. We'll go live one day.
Biohazards.
Yeah.
We kind of already do though, right?
Who knows?
I think we just have one last story.
Our last one. And
You
what
thought we'd
would?
go the whole night
Yeah,
without
that talking about
the
Trump?
man,
Come on.
the myth?
The next
Legend?
president of the
Number
United
45?
States. No, maybe not. We'll find out though. But yeah, take it away.
He's got a coin flip chance to be my president. Because I'll say that regardless.
Yeah.
Fox News has this one for us. Video from Trump assassination attempt victims. POV shows figure moving on roof moments before gunfire.
So yeah, so I've never seen this before. I haven't looked at the video yet, but I don't know if this is video. But apparently, one of the person who lived got shot, and they were recording. So, literally first person view.
So, this James had the footage. Is this
Yeah,
footage?
that's what I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like. That's what I see, but I could be wrong.
Let's see, because that's why I'm reading it too.
Yeah. Okay.
So James Copenhaver was shot twice and critically wounded during the assassination attempt against Trump. Oh, is this the video?
We can try
Is
it.
this the POV? Because we're behind Trump and we're
Yeah,
seeing.
we can try
the
it.
sneak-
It's more than we usually get, so try it. Scroll. Oh, there.
Let me go back.
Okay. Now they analyze this a million times.
Why did it pop up all those things? I wanted to pause.
I see. We see it. Yeah. No, we see it. Yeah.
And then he's gonna get in position here somewhere too, right? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
These extra things on the side suck. But
Yeah,
that is the
but-
video.
Yeah. I wonder actually if they have the shot, right? Maybe they don't have the shot, but maybe they do. Because he's probably recording the whole. He's probably planning to record the whole thing, you know?
And there's
Yeah.
like you can see from Trump, he doesn't have any idea that there's a
Yeah.
person there.
Well, you're
There's no
not
reason to be
looking. You're not
there.
looking that way. You're looking
Yeah.
towards the crowd, right?
And in fact,
So-
he has a reason about to be looking to the left, I believe. To the
Yeah.
left is where that the video thing or the
so, yeah.
whatever his presentation. So
But yeah, this is one of the
he's about to look
craziest-
Left anyway.
This is one of the craziest views I see because you can literally see the Trump and the shooter at the exact same time, you know?
yeah. This,
like-
this clip is crazy. I can't
Yeah.
believe we got this footage.
Boom, yeah. Now
I
that,
also wish I could pause it like.
yeah, we're having
full,
issues,
it
but
won't
yeah.
let-
Fox
we're
is like,
not.
nope.
I'm
So,
fine.
yeah.
Fox News is
Let's see
having-
what else this goes into. So,
All right, so a video from James Copenhagen, one of the victims critically wounded on July 13th, assassination attempt against Trump, shows a figure moving across the roof of the American Glass Research Building just minutes before gunfire rang out at the rally.
so that must have been right before the cop found him. All right? Because,
presumably, I kind of wish we had an extended cut of that clip because
yeah,
why
well,
did it stop? Did he stop recording, or did they just not give us the full?
or
clip?
maybe they don't want to, like, but yeah, that's not when they shoot because that's not what Trump was saying. That was
That's
before,
true.
right?
We can line
So,
up with the timing based on
Yeah.
actually the fact that we know exactly when Trump said what. We can.
Yeah.
By
So-
we, I mean somebody else can do the math.
So,
Right,
and
right.
video takes at 6:08 p.m. on July 13th. The person appeared on the roof of the building, adjusted to where Trump is speaking, and can be seen walking from the 1 minute second mark. Oh my God, that's just so weird to say that. To about
It
the
is. It's also
2:50
not
second
helpful.
mark.
It's
Yeah.
also not helpful. That's just where it is in the clip. The
And we
word that
didn't.
care
We don't
about
have the.
is
We
608.
don't have the whole clip either. That's not the whole clip, right? Unless it's down below, right?
They're saying
So-
the clip was from 6:08 p.m. and the 6:11 p.m. is when they are saying the shooting was. So
Yeah, so-
that's roughly 3 minutes prior to the shooting. Is
Right. Yeah. That's still there. We go. So.
Now, whether or not that there's a longer version of that clip.
But yeah, because it's a
full 3
minute.
minutes,
That's 2.5 minutes right there. Look at that's 2.5 minutes right there. So maybe there is, right? So that's more than 2.5 minutes. That's almost 3 minutes. 2:50.
This
So
is an
that's not the whole
18-second
clip.
video.
That's not the right full clip. So we were wrong. Maybe the whole clip is down below. Let's keep going. They have to have the
What
full
do you
clip.
mean? This is talking about the 1 second mark, not a 1 minute mark.
Isn't that 1 minute? What 1 minute and 0 second mark to the 2 minute and
When
50
we
second
see
mark?
walking at the 1 second mark. If I come up here and go to the 1 second mark, that's literally what we see at the 1 second mark is them circling. Oh, fuck.
Then why does it say 1 minute?
It doesn't. It says 1:00 second mark. You can have milliseconds, by the way.
But there's no milliseconds on there too. There's, right? So
It-
that's the. I guess yeah, right. Yeah, 1 second mark.
They don't need the :00. but
That
if you
just-
wanted to
yeah, it just
have
throws me off.
milliseconds, you would.
Because it almost
Put
looks
that
like a
in.
minute to me. You know, like when I
Right,
do my
it's totally
thumbnails, and I put that timestamp on there, it's 1 minute. Then when there's an hour, I put 1:00:00. You know, like.
Right, but
But-
that would be saying that we were seeing him walking for 1:50, which isn't happening.
Yes, you're right. Now I see that. Okay,
So it
officials
has
believe
to be
gunmen.
seconds because otherwise it's not what happened.
Thomas Cook's 20 again began shooting with collapsible AR-50. That there you go. We remember
That's what
we're
I'm
like.
saying. The thing we care about isn't even those.
No,
It's
the collapsible.
608 to the 611.
Remember we're like,
The
how did he get a gun?
collapsible
Remember we didn't know what that. We were asking how to get the gun. It was a collapsible gun, all right? Counter snipes. We know counter snipers fatally shot
Well, I
him.
don't think we were saying we don't know how he got the gun. We were
No,
asking
what
if
kind of
the
gun it was,
backpack
like, yeah.
had the gun in it.
Yeah,
There
like,
was mention of a backpack.
and you said maybe it was a collapsible
And we
gun
even
or something.
Suggested
Yeah.
collapsible stock.
That's what
because
I'm
it
pointing
was
out,
that
right?
thick. So,
So
but even still, that's gotta. I don't know. Maybe it just looks like a backpack if it collapses small enough, right? Maybe it's not suspicious.
you know, I've
Everything
seen
else Crooks did was suspicious as
Yeah.
fuck.
There's
They're
actually,
absolving
but there's
these
actually
people.
somebody saying they saw him with a rifle, I mean a rangefinder. So, but yeah, like they knew something was up.
Yeah, the rangefinder,
Yeah.
2 instances of a drone, like, yeah. So of course, yeah, we already know all this. In his attempt to assassinate Trump,
Both
he
victims were
did
shot
kill
twice. Yeah.
50-year-old Cory Carpenter, and also injured 2 others,
Yeah.
Copenhagen and then another
Dutch.
man, David
So.
Dutch. Both were shot twice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many times they were hit
Yeah, that's-
until this article. But, obviously, that's not a question you ask. Like, oh, how many times did you get hit?
Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting thing to know, but I wasn't looking for that info.
No. Yeah, there
Copenhagen
is.
was not filming when he was shot, said his lawyer, Joseph Feldman. So
Well, he's,
apparently, whatever he had wasn't 3 minutes
Like-
long.
No. Okay.
It says he stopped filming when everyone turned their heads to look at a projection screen.
So right before he shot it, he turned
That's
it off.
literally
Yeah.
right before.
Like that. Yeah, maybe you don't want that though. Maybe that's a memory you don't want to have on your phone. You know, it's like Facebook memories. You were shot last year, so.
Look, fucking
so-
delete it off your memories. I want it forever.
Okay, on my Samsung, I don't have photos on my phone, but every day it pops up. It's like, these are the photos you took over the last 3 years, so it remembers. It never forgets.
Yeah.
Um.
From this POV, that is such a security risk, though.
Yeah.
See, it looks even more like a security risk when you see this POV. Imagine how it looked from Trump's POV.
Yeah. Is this going
Like,
too much
you're
more?
probably, like, assuming you're protected from that angle, but you weren't.
This probably isn't going into too much more. Just gonna go over some stuff we already know, right? So.
This guy was discharged from the hospital on the 26th, still recovering.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was hurt in the arm and in the abdominal area.
Yeah. Well.
Definitely sucks. This is
That's him,
his
yeah.
wife.
Well, it's good to see he's recovering. It's good to hear that.
Yeah, and offering us this POV is insane,
Yeah.
incredible. Like, I didn't expect to see this angle.
No.
I knew we were going to see more angles because I was talking about that, how all these phones, everybody's got their cameras. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to have tons of angles, way more than JFK.
Well, clearly. Yeah. Well, if you had more cameras at JFK, they would have gotten the shooter, killed him that day. You know, come on. So, but yeah, I don't know if there's much
that's
more. I
about
think
all
we're
this
right.
stuff. I was just going to make sure. Oh my God, they put like 1,000 ads in here, though.
Got to get the money.
Yeah, they're just recapping it. Of course, here's the. But look at that again. We've seen this enough. We've covered it a lot.
But yeah, well, we
I think
covered.
that's enough on that.
We've covered 23 years with the news tonight. So
We have.
you know, like that's crazy. But yeah,
We went through all of it.
but yeah. Well,
Multiple nations too.
I hope you enjoy your work tomorrow. I hope you break a sweat and start like, getting back to all that fun stuff. You know.
I will be reading 235 emails tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, enjoy.
I spoiler alerted myself. I logged in on Tuesday, so I already know exactly what I'm coming.
229 are junk mail. But
At least 200 of them are junk mail. I've sorted
Yeah.
out 200 junk mail from the 235.
yeah, it happens.
But I do need to actually like really super duper confirm their junk because it's not like a personal email where it's a work thing. If something slips through, it's a problem.
So,
I am
yeah.
looking forward to it, and Mike is also going to work tomorrow.
yep. I didn't win the lottery, so I am.
Yeah, until that happens, that's where we'll be.
Although it's a long weekend for me this coming up weekend. I get Monday off, so
What for?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know why. I just got told not to come back not to
Well,
work
now
on
you
Monday.
sound like me.
No.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
though.
If you haven't already, can you please hit that follow button and that subscribe button wherever you're watching on Kick or YouTube. I posted the link of the YouTube. I'll post it again here. Please go follow us there or subscribe to us there. We are trying to grow on YouTube, make it better. We like Kick, but Kick is going up and down. Apparently, ex-President Donald Trump will be on Kick with Aiden Ross. I don't believe it, but it might really happen. I don't know. Do you believe it, Dustin?
I believe it.
Yeah. So, I'll wait till we see it, but August 5th around 2 p.m. But we'll cover it when it happens or if it happens. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he said that was going to be Monday, and
Yeah.
it was going to be during the day Monday. So
Oh my
Monday
God, I'm
night,
off Monday too. So I can definitely.
Monday,
Oh.
you can be off and,
Yeah,
and then
so-
we can talk about it on the banter.
Cool. Yeah, because we're, yeah. But yeah, Cool.
Same banter time, same banter place.
And if you want to be on the show, you should drop us a line. We're always looking to have someone on the show, good conversation, someone with different opinions, someone who has a story to tell or anything. We'd like to hear from you. Many, many different things, whatever you want. And we're giving away stickers. If you want a sticker or a few stickers, let me know. I will just shoot us an email here or on our Twitter or Facebook. Shoot us a message. I will get back to you. And we'll get your information and send you some stickers. Nothing fancy, just cool to have our stickers and be cool to represent our stickers around the world. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and also they look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like they're the kind of sticker you can put on something and it kind of looks
Yeah,
cool.
I-
People will be like, what's that? Is that a band?
yeah. One of the girls actually at work, not work at 7-Eleven, I gave it to her. The first thing she did is put it in the back of her phone. So I was like,
Wow,
oh, cool.
That's a
Like,
crazy spot to put it. That's a
yeah.
pretty permanent spot. I mean,
But yeah, so
my phone is blank, so
but yeah, I'll tell you a story afterwards. But yeah, take the finish off for the show for us.
as always, here at the Borderline Banter, we like to end our show just touching on a little bit of mental health awareness for everybody. There's lots of hotlines you can dial to get some mental health help. We want you to reach out and get that. It's something we really like around here. We like to say it's okay not to be okay. We've got a link out here on our website. Just click that, and there's a whole bunch of hotlines you can call, get a hold of somebody, talk to somebody. That's what we want you to do, right, Mike?
For sure, yeah. We always care. But yeah,
And if you want, come talk to us.
yeah. Shoot us a message on Discord. Welcome to our Discord. It's on there as well. And shoot us a message on X or yeah, just join us in the conversation. But yeah, thank you everybody. We will be back on Friday with a new episode. Anything to say before we leave, Justin?
Just thanks everyone for
Yeah.
being here, and hopefully what I'm seeing on the YouTube is inaccurate
Oh, why?
because it
What do you
looks
see?
like from an hour ago.
Oh, it's probably it pauses when you change screens, so that's what happens.
Maybe.
But yeah. Okay, stay safe. We'll see you on Friday. Cheers. I'm gonna pass everyone on kick off to Shay Doan. He hops in our chat once in a while. He's a gamer. Check him out, give him some love, say hi, and we'll see you soon.